You don't need to manually research leads or buy expensive data enrichment tools. Startups are building entire businesses just by extracting structured information that Google already makes public. I'm going to show you how to use Python and the HasData API to build your own email extraction tool in under a few minutes. Okay, let me explain how this works. This is Roman Milošević. He's the CTO of HasData. And let's say I want his email. He doesn't make it public under his contact information, but there's still a way to get his email. So if I copy his name over here, then paste it to Google, then add the keyword email next to it, hit search, there's a good chance I'm going to find his email over here. And there we go. But obviously there's some problems with this approach. There's not going to be only one Roman Milošević out there in the world. So when we look for his email, we might get other people's email. To fix that, I'm just going to include HasData, the company that he works on, in the keywords. Then hit search. This way we can dramatically reduce the chance that we get a wrong email. But there's still a problem with this approach. There's a chance that 2 or more Romans can work for this company. To ensure that I'm getting the right guy's email, I can just add quotes in here. This forces Google to specifically look for Roman and Milošević in the search results. And the reason I'm doing it like this and not like this is because some websites prefer to put the last name in front and the first name in last. So separating them ensures that both keywords will appear in the search results and their order doesn't matter. Okay, but we obviously want to do this in Python so we can automate the process, so let me show you how. By the way, all the code that I'm using for this video is in the description. First, before we start coding anything, we're gonna need to install 2 packages, the request package and the python.env package. So just do pip install requests and pip install python-env. The reason we're using requests is so that we can use the HasData API so they can do the Google search for us. If you don't have an API key, let me show you how to get it. Go to hasdata.com or click the link in the description. Then you want to sign up. After you sign up, you want to go to API keys. Hover the default key, click it, now it's copied. And we actually don't want to paste it over here. The reason you don't do this is so that when you publish your code on GitHub, people should not be able to see your API key. Instead, you want to make a .env file, then paste it over here. Then we simply use the .env package, we load the environment variables, then set it to the HasData API key variable. For the APIs, I'm using Google SERP API. SERP basically just means Search Engine Results Page. And the easiest way to get the URL is go over to integration example, then just copy this. And you paste it over here. Now you want to be very careful how you write your headers. They have to be in a very specific way. You need to write it exactly like this, x-api-key. Then you put your API key in. For the content type, we're just telling HasData API that we're sending JSON. Now, nothing special is happening over here. I'm just doing the same thing I did in Google, but now I can do it in Python. In order to tell HasData API what we want to search, we're going to use the Q parameter, then put the query we want to search. Okay, let me show you what kind of data this API returns. So we got the response, and if I open it up, you can see that it comes with a lot of things. We don't really care about this, or this. We only care about organic results. So let me open it up and explain what's happening. This is basically just the list of search results, but now we have them in Python. If I open one up, you can see exactly what's happening. The title is the title. The link is the source that Google got this from. Display link is how users see it. The source is just the source from Google. And snippet is additional information from the search. There's also one more thing, snippet highlighted words. These just include the words that are bolded in the snippet results. Now we want to loop through all the search results and then extract this guy's email. In order to do that, I'm using a simple function that accepts paragraphs, then returns the list of emails that he found. You should never write this code, it's a waste of time. You should always copy it or ask any AI to generate it for you. I'm importing the function over here and now I can call it to scan for emails. So if I hit run, let's see what happens. As you can see, it was able to find Roman's email, but we also get the CMO's email. Now humans can obviously tell what email belongs to who, but we need a function in Python to do this automatically. For this, I'm using name email similarity. It basically just compares the name and the email string and checks how much they match. You should also copy and paste this code or use any AI to generate it. So I made a function so that we can reuse this logic, and it basically just returns the person's email. So all it does is loops through all the search results, then loops through all the emails that he found, checks the similarity score, and it will return us the most similar email. Okay, let's see what happens when I run it. As you can see, it was able to accurately find Roman's email. Now this Python script is most useful when you have a database of people and you want to get all their emails automatically. So let me show you how to do that. If you're running an e-commerce business or have a CRM tool, then you probably have a database that you can look through. For our example, I don't want to show other people's email in a YouTube video, so I'm just using 2 rows. But this works for 2 rows or a million rows. Doesn't really matter. So I have my data in a CSV file, and I made a function that reads it and returns the data to us. And I'm reusing the same function you saw before to get their emails. Now I'm gonna loop through my database and print every email that I find. Okay, so let's run this thing. As you can see, it was accurately able to find the CTO's email and the CMO's email. But you don't have to stop here. There's way more things you can scrape with Google SERP API. If you want to learn how to scrape LinkedIn profiles, location, job title, etc., click on this video here. If you like this video, consider subscribing because we plan on posting more videos like this to help you grow your business. Thank you for watching and take care.